What is up, everyone? Barricade here, and I'm bringing you guys my review of Dragon Ball Super Episode 31. And I just want to say overall that this episode was actually really good. I liked how it was pretty freaking hilarious, and then on top of it, it gave a lot of insight on different things in the series. Obviously, the beginning of the episode, poor Jaco's angry about having to always help Bulma, and then he's like on the way to go pick her up or whatever because she's wants to use him to find out a way to track the Super Dragon Balls and find more information about the Super Dragon Balls. And he's just like pissed off and mad about it, and then he shoots like a giant like ice thing in the middle of space, and it turns out to be a monument that's like really revered in space and everyone loves, and he just like blew it up and he didn't realize it was something, which honestly I don't get. It's like, how do you not know that? You're like a galactic patrolman. You should like know all about special things like monuments and things like that. And it's just funny because right when he blows it up, they immediately like contact him and let him know that it was blown up and that he needs to see what's going on, and he like freaks out, and then he decides to blame it on that little frog guy that was like doing eat and runs, which just sounds hilarious. Just imagine someone running into a store, grabbing food, shoving it in their mouth, and just running out. That's like what it sounds like what he was doing, like a eat and run. That's freaking hilarious. And he ends up blaming it on him. I don't know what it said for you guys, what version you watched, but the translation I uh, watched basically said that his name was Bertman. So I don't know if that's like what it was for you guys, or if they had like a different Japanese name for him. But Bertman just sounds hilarious. He just like runs in and eats people's foods and then runs away. And then it turns out that they can't really find a way to get to the center of the universe, so they decide to go to a guy named Zuno, who basically can answer any question. He can answer any question, no matter what it is. I guess he's just like that. He's the smartest person ever, I guess, or something like that, because apparently he just has the ability to know everything, no matter what. He just has that ability. It's actually pretty cool. And then while they're actually on the way to him, they kind of have that little bit of a flashback where they show when Jaco first met Bulma when she was a little girl, and they show her sister Tights. Everyone's like seems to be confused about that. Tights is a canon character. She was part of Jaco the Galactic Patrolman manga that was also created by Akira Toriyama, which once again is in the same universe. That's why he's in Dragon Ball Super. So Jaco's canon, Tights is canon. That's not a question at all. And then, it's kind of funny that we didn't know anything about her. She just kind of didn't exist. Kind of makes you wonder what happened to her during, like, the timeline of Trunks' timeline, when Goku and Vegeta and all of them died. It just makes you wonder what happened to her and Jaco in that universe. That's just one thing that kind of came to my mind whenever I think about her. Because she's there. She's in that universe. It's just, I wonder what happened. Maybe she just abandoned Earth with Jaco or something. I just kind of wish they would give a little insight on that. Just kind of my little personal opinion. But anyways, they go to Zuno's planet. They end up running into Burpman, who's actually going to ask Zuno how he can basically do eat and runs forever and never get caught. Jaco immediately sees him as a criminal and captures him, and then they decide to give his question uh, to Jaco, because basically if if you want to ask Zuno a question, you have to be put on a waiting list that can take up to 7 years or more. Bertman was on his waiting list for 7 years, so when and he was good to go to be able to ask the question, but then at the last second when he was about to, Jaco was there, basically captured him and took his spot in line. So that was kind of like funny, and I think it's kind of cool that they show him like fight and stuff, because obviously Jaco isn't comparable to someone like Goku or anything, but he's still a good fighter. In the movies and everything, he was able to stand up to Frieza's men, and he's he's elite. He's a galactic patrolman, and that was pretty cool. They showed him he actually could like judge the distance between him and Bertman, and basically said, "Oh, I'm fast enough. I can stop you. I can hit you before you pull the trigger on that person," because he was basically holding someone hostage. So that was actually pretty cool. And then they go in there. They ask Uno questions. Of course, freaking Jaco uses his question on something stupid. He asks what Bulma's boob size are, and of course freaking Bulma gets pissed off, and then Bulma starts asking him the questions, and simply put, she asks about the Super Dragon Balls and their history. And it turns out that it's actually wrong what we thought before. We thought before that there was 2 sets of Super Dragon Balls, one in each universe, Universe 6 and Universe 7. Turns out that's not the case. There's actually 1 set of Super Dragon Balls. There's a total of 7, and they're actually scattered throughout both universes. Meaning thinking that Champa actually went through our universe to gather the ones he needed from our universe and then combine them with the ones that he had. So it was actually kind of crazy to note that there's only one set. Basically, when you gather all 7, you have to do a chant, which is in the Dragon God language. And the words you have to literally say, at least in the version I saw, stated that you have to say, "Come forth, God of Dragons, and grant my wish. Easy peasy lemon squeezy." Like, are you serious? Easy peasy lemon squeezy? Like, you have to say that to get the most powerful dragon in the universe to grant you any wish. You have to say easy peasy lemon squeezy. That's just freaking hilarious. Like, seriously, Kira, what the hell are you doing? Like, it's supposed to be a little more dark and more serious, but you just have to add something so silly to it. I can just imagine someone like a badass villain that's gonna, wish for utter destruction of the universe or something crazy, or immortality and to become a limitless god that can take over the universe, but they have to say easy peasy lemon squeezy before they can get their wish. And then actually another thing that Zuno gave some, shed some light on is that the 7 Dragon Balls were actually created by, once again, like I said, by the Dragon God, which I'm not too sure what it is exactly, because the way they gave it to me in the translation, the version I watched, said that his name is Lama, which is, I guess, like a translation for the word salamander. They'll probably change it, or maybe I just heard it wrong or something. But it's just really crazy to know that pretty much the 7 Super Dragon Balls were created by the Dragon God. They can grant any wish, and basically all 7 of them are scattered out through 2 universes. So once you make your wish, they're scattered like the way the Earth Dragon Balls would be, but instead of just going out in one universe, they're actually scattered out through 2 universes, which kind of, not to, like, I know I kind of hate on Dragon Ball GT, but I kind of have to say suck it to GT, because GT, they always made a big deal about how the Black Star Dragon Balls are scattered throughout the universe, whereas the Super Dragon Balls are, 1, bigger than planets, pretty much as big as planets, and 2, are actually scattered throughout 2 universes. So that kind of makes them a little more drastic than the Super Dragon Ball. I mean, the Black Star Dragon Balls. So that was kind of cool. I don't know. I just kind of like that. But overall, this episode is pretty cool. Just gave some insight on Bulma's past. Gave a little more insight on the Super Dragon Balls and what they are exactly. And then also, actually, one thing I wanted to mention that I failed to mention so far is the funny part where they basically explain why Goku and Bulma love their wives. Pretty much it turns out that Saiyan women are obviously strong-willed and very aggressive, and that's pretty much why Goku and Vegeta love their wives, because they're pretty much similar to Saiyan women in their, the way they are and the way their actions are. So that's actually why that they love their wives, because they pretty much fit that category. So that was actually pretty funny to see, and give it more of a little bit more insight to why they deal with so much bullshit that Bulma and Chi-Chi both give them, because in a way they actually like it. So that's pretty much why they deal with all their psychoness. But overall, good episode. Gave a lot of insight on various topics in the series. And the next episode is basically going to, show the new fighters in Universe 6 and start bringing us close to the manga. So I really hope that even though the show catches up to the manga, I actually don't want filler. I rather just hope that the show just stops making episodes for a while or something and then gets caught up to the manga again, because filler's boring. Filler's dumb. I don't like filler. I think they should either just catch up and stop making episodes for a while, or make the episodes alongside the manga or something, because I don't want filler. That's just my personal opinion. But overall, good episode. I really liked it a lot. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. And I really cannot wait for this, new battles and everything to take off. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and take it easy. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to see my most recent Gears of War video, hit that link on the left. If you want to see my most recent Dragon Ball video, hit that link on the right. Thanks for watching, guys.